Hello and welcome. We are just finishing up warm-ups here, and we will be announcing starting lineups and doing the national anthem momentarily for this non-conference game between the visiting Osceola Chieftains and our home team, the St. Croix Falls Saints. Osceola is just finishing up their infield-outfield warm-up, and then we got our umpires here ready to go. They're going to have the captain's meeting, and then we will be off. Again, we move the game time up a little bit to try to avoid the incoming rain and storms later tonight. So we guaranteed a 4:15 start game. We are going to try to start a little early, just again because we have weather possibly coming in later tonight. So we got a meeting here, and you'll hear me announce the starting lineup here at the game. Um, but pitching for the Chieftains is Oli Eck, and pitching for the Saints is Justin Wynn. I'll kind of go over the starting lineups here soon, and then we'll get ready to go. So game coming momentarily. On here again. Again, we are going to be starting the game here momentarily. You will hear me do the starting lineups here in just a few minutes. We got the visiting Osceola Chieftains who are coming into this game 1-2 on the season, and the undefeated Saints are 3-0 on the season. So should be a good game here with two close team rivals. They're going over ground rules, and then we'll get ready for starting lineups here soon. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Apologies for that. I am back on. We are getting ready. So for defense for the Saints, we've got Carter Ridgway at shortstop, Alex Hoffman center field, Brett Sladkey at third, Brody Allram catching, Kyle Olson at first, Drake Peterson in right field, Elliott Wilson in at second, Devin Richardson is DHing for the Saints, Carson Marks is out in left, and Justin Wynn is pitching for the Saints. You'll hear the Osceola hitting lineup coming up soon. Coming up in this inning for the Chieftains, due up is Hunter Giebel, JJ Tinney, and Talon Berg. Those are their top three in their lineup, and they are coming up here in the top of the first. And I will update the scoreboard in between. Now up for the Chieftains, number 24, Hunter Giebel. All right, Giebel's coming up for the Chieftains. I don't know. All right, we got the first pitch coming. First one is a ball. I believe this is Justin's first start of the year, and I do not. He may have pitched in Amory a bit, but this is his first start of the year. For number 20 out there, Justin Wynn. High ball two. So we got an 2-0 count here on number 24, Giebel for the Chieftains. Again, Chieftains are coming in with a 1-2 record. The Saints are 3-0 on the year. Ball three. So hitters count here. We'll see if he's got the green light. I'm guessing he's probably watching this one. You know, that Giebel's probably going to make him pitch to him. Giebel's real close to the plate there. Definitely hugging the plate. And ball four, he is walked. Next up for the Chieftains, number 1, JJ Tinney. Tinney is coming up here with a runner on first. Runner on first here, and Tinney up to bat. Giebel got walked on 4 pitches, and that's another ball. And Giebel is now at second. So runner on second, and so far, Wynn has thrown 5 balls. He's got to take that big breath, find his groove here, and be able to kind of calm down. Big lead out there at second. And that one's not in there for a strike. Close one. But we are 2-0 here. Big lead for Giebel out at second. Wilson's over there trying to hold him on a little bit. All right, that one is fouled. First strike for Justin Wynn. So foul ball. Count is now 2-1 on Tinney. There we go. Justin can hopefully find his groove out there, keep dealing strikes. Looks to bunt, and he does bunt. Wynn is on, and he's rounding. They get the out at first, and they move the runner over. Now up for the Chieftains, number 5, Talon Berg. So sack bunt for Tinney moves Giebel over to third. Now a sack fly. And of course, a base hit will score him from third. So Giebel's at third. Talon Berg is up to bat now. And Wynn got his first out. 1 out for the Saints. That one is fouled off. So strike 1 on Berg. It's 0-1 here. No score. 1 out here in the top of the first. And Chieftains have a runner on. Giebel's over at third. And he got on with a walk. That one's down in the dirt. So count is 1-1 on Berg. Inside ball. Oh, called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Berg. Justin is ahead here. That one's put in play. They go straight for home, and he's out. Nice play by Brett Sladkey to make the fielder's choice at home. Two outs now for the Saints. Now up is number 25, Jackson Tinney. Jackson Tinney, Osceola's DH, is coming to the plate now. Someone that only hit. So again, my son just asked me, what's a DH? DH stands for designated hitter. So they only hit, they don't play in the field, and he's hitting for Cole Lund, who's out in the field. So for those of you, again, probably many of you know what a DH is. And, ooh, nice throwdown by Allram. And that one's put into play out into left field, and Carson Marks makes the catch. So after walking the first guy, Justin Wynn really settles in well to so they get through. Nice defense by the Saints there for inning 1. And the Saints are coming up to bat. Due up for the Saints are Carter Ridgway, Alex Hoff, and Brett Sladkey. On the hill again for the Chieftains is number 17, Oli Eck. It's a really unique name. Very cool. I like it. We're getting ready for the Saints in the bottom of the first inning. Again, we've got a 0-0 ball game after the first half of the first inning. The Saints walked the first batter, and then they did a really nice job battling to get outs, and nobody comes to score. They even threw a runner out at the plate. A great play by Brett Sladkey on that one on the fielder's choice. Saints are coming up to bat here soon. Coming up for the Saints, number 12, Carter Ridgway. What? It's too loud? Okay, I'll turn it down. Thank you. I think he did say oh. I guess my music is too loud. All right, coming up for the Saints is Carter Ridgway. And he leads us off for the Saints. First one's in there for a strike on Ridgeway as he watches that go by, trying to see what, see what the pitcher's dealing. Counts 0-1 here for Eck. That one's in play, and that one's through, a single for Carter Ridgeway. Now for the Saints, number 3, Alex Hoff.
So it looks like there might have been lightning over there.
Okay.
So we'll just kind of
Check it out. Okay. Yep. If you see it,
so
let the
right.
okay. Let the yeah. They, as soon as game starts, they get final discretion on weather. So I'm totally good with that. Yep. Did you? Okay. All right. Alex Hoff is up now. First one's a strike on Hoff. Ridgeway takes off and he is in easy on the steal. Count is 1-1 on Hoff, and now Ridgeway is out at second base. And he's back, checking him at 2. Count is 1-1 on Hoff right now. Outside on Hoff, so 2-1 is the count on Hoff. I'm not looking. Oh, got it. Yeah. Yep, those tell you balls and strikes. That one is popped up and is foul, but let's see if left fielder catches it out there, and that's an out for the coming up for the Saints, number 10, Brett Sladkey. Sladkey's up, 1 out for the Saints. Ridgeway is out. He fouls the first one off. Now it's 1-1 is the count. So counts 1-1 on Sladkey with Ridgeway out at second. Nice stop by the catcher. Great block. Had to keep Ridgeway at second. Count is 2-1 on Sladkey. 1 out here in the bottom of the first with our 3-hitter up. See if we can do anything with the runner in scoring position. Decent lead. They looking back. They know Ridgeway's got speed out at second. Again, count is 2-1 on Sladkey at the plate. That one's high and in, 3-1. A little bit of rain is falling now. But it looks okay. It's sunny and then partly raining. And Sladkey is walked. Next up for the Saints, number 8, Brody Allram. Saints have runners on first and second with Allram up. First one is high and in. So ball 1 on Allram. Again, rain is falling, but it's pretty light right now. Ooh, that one clocks him right in the head. He's all right. Not, literally knocks his helmet off. So coming up for the Saints, number 2, Kyle Olson. Bases are loaded here for the Saints. First one Kyle swings at, foul ball, so 0-1. Bases loaded here in the first inning for the Saints. Or strike one. Sorry, strike one. He fouled that one off. It's 0-1. Ball 2 here. Ball outside for Kyle Olson. Strike 2. Counts 2-2. Bases are loaded here for Kyle Olson. Base hit's going to score a few. And one out here in the bottom of the first for the Saints. Ooh. Strike 3. Looking. Coming up for the Saints, number 23, Drake Peterson. All right, bases are loaded for Peterson. And all right, bases are loaded here for Peterson. Count is 2-0. We got 2 outs here. Base hit's going to score a couple here. We got to put it into play. That one's high. It's a 3-0 count. Let's see if he gets the green light from coach. I'm thinking he's going to be looking at this one, but you never know. Drake's a great athlete, very aggressive. Let's see what coach is calling here on 3-0. And ball 4, that's going to score one with the walk. Ridgway comes in to score. Next up for the Saints, number 5, Elliott Wilson. All right, that one gets by, but we got to hold up. Who said it was really loud, Graham? Who said? All right, we got Elliott Wilson up to bat. Bases loaded here for Wilson, and a strike is in there. Now the count is 1-1. 2 outs here for the Saints. They just scored one on a RBI walk by Peterson. Now Wilson's up with 1-1 count. Swings at that one, a little high. So it's 1-2. Again, base hit's going to score a couple here. Saints now lead 1-0 in the bottom of the first here. Elliott's our 7 hitter, so we've definitely moved through the lineup. Ooh, and that's strike 3 to end the first inning. Mm-mm. Okay. All right, at the bottom of 1, I got to change the score. The Saints score 1 with a RBI walk by Drake Peterson. So, and coming up, so due up for the Chieftains is Waylon Cole, Ole Eck, and Aaron Risden. Coming up for the Saints, number 27, Waylon Cole. Or for the Chieftains, sorry. All right, coming up. I didn't try. I meant for the Chieftains, but I'm trying to do 14 things here at once. So in case you guys didn't know, Chris Folks, it is the ultimate. That one's out and caught in left field. Up now for the Chieftains, number 17, Ole Eck. So that was a fly out to Carson Mark in left field for out number 1. Ole Eck is now up for the Chieftains. But yes, if you did not know, Chris Folkstead is the most amazing multitasker. And I find myself to be a decent multitasker. But in case you did not know, when he's here, he's doing book, doing the live stream, doing the music, and announcing. And I am trying to do that for him. So Justin Wynn is back on the hill, and it is quickly 0-2 and already 1 out in the second inning here for the Saints in the top of the second. They scored 1 in the bottom of the first. That one is popped up and out of play. So still 0-2 here on Eck. What? Yep, no balls, 2 strikes here. That one's low and outside. And Wynn pitching, the count is 1-2, 1 out here in the top of the second. And that one just missed. Great pitch. Nice pitch when you're ahead in the count. So top of the second here, Eck is up. He puts it into play, and that is a home run for the Chieftains. Right over the left center field fence. Now up for the Chieftains, number 7, Aaron Risdam. So 7, now it's 1-1 here in the, I'll change that on the scoreboard. 1-1 here. That one's hit. And it is out into left field and caught by Carson Marks. He's having a nice game out there for out number 2. Next up, number 16, Grayson DiNucci. All right, DiNucci's up. We got 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And yeah, DiNucci's up. Nobody on. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 3 flyouts to Carson Marks in left field. That one's inside. So 2 balls. count's 2-0 on DiNucci. And DiNucci gets walked. Next up, number 2, Kevin Schlechter. So Schlechter's up, a runner on first, 2 outs for the Chieftains. That one's in there for strike 1. Schlechten's up. DiNucci's on first. 2 outs here for the Saints. Win is dealing. That one was inside, so now the count's 1-1 here in the top of the second inning. This is the 9-hitter for the Chieftains. That one's in play and is caught in center field by Hoff to finish this top of the second inning. All right, coming up for the Saints here in we got 8-9 top. So we got Devin Richardson, due up Carson Marks, and then we turn it over to the top of the lineup with Carter Ridgway. Well, we got to load the bases up to get a grand slam. Awesome. Okay, now here we are on to the bottom of the second inning. Devin Richardson's coming up for the Saints first. Scores 1-1 here in the bottom of the second after Eck had a home run for the Chieftains in the top of the second. Now up for the Saints, number 9, Devin Richardson. All right, Richardson's up. Nobody on, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. First one's outside for ball 1. Next one's in there for a strike. Counts 1-1 on Richardson. Another one in there for a strike. Counts 1-2 again. Nobody on, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Tied 1-1. And that's strike 3 called. Next up for the Saints, number 1, Carson Marks. One out and a strike swinging for Marks. So the count is 0-1 for Marks here. That one's in there for a strike, so the count is quickly 0-2 on Marks. Counts quickly 0-2. Nobody on. 1 out here for Marks in the second. That one is fouled back and out of play. Marks is our 9-hitter. Again, a lot of people use that 9-hitter as like a second leadoff, and that's definitely the case here with Carson Marks. He's a good contact hitter, and he's quick. That one's low and in the dirt, so the count is 1-2 now on Marks. Next one for Eck coming in, and that is dead ball hit off of Carson's knee out there. They're giving him a minute here to just kind of see how he's feeling. Trying to do my best to make up for Chris Folkson not being here. That one was way inside. Almost hit him. It's 2-2 here on the count for Marks. And Marks goes down swinging. He is struck out. Next up for the Saints, number 12, Carter Ridgway. That's in there for strike 1 on Ridgway. Definitely quite a few strikeouts for the Saints in the first time through the lineup. Hopefully they're able to make some adjustments. Eck is pitching well, especially in the second inning. In the first inning, a few more walks, but he's definitely found his groove here in the bottom of the second. Count is now 1-1 on Ridgway. Hey, that one's in play. Maybe not. It's fouled and out of play. So the count's now 1-2. If you hear some background noise, it's probably my children. My 3 kids are in here with me now. They're baseball enthusiasts. Foul ball. Good battle out there for Ridgway. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. That one's high. So the count is now 2-2 for Ridgway. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the next pitch. And strikes him out. So after 2, it's tied 3-3, and we are on to the top of the third here. It got kind of dark there for a little while. It rained just a little bit, but now we're back to just kind of cloudy skies out there. All right, due up for the top of the lineup is coming up for the Chieftains here in the third inning. So we got Giebel, Hunter Giebel, J.J. Tinney, and Tallenberg coming up. I'm going to mute for just a minute, and We're back to the top of the lineup here for the Chieftains. Now in the top of the third inning, Hunter Giebel is up. He walked in the first. Ooh, he gets hit by a pitch. And now up for the Chieftains, number 1, J.J. Tinney. So nobody out. Runner on first with J.J. Tinney up for the Chieftains. That one's high. Oh, that hit off his bat. Sorry. That weirdly hit off his back. He was just kind of holding his bat back and it fouled off. It was kind of one of those weird ones. It literally looked like a high pitch and then it tinged off his bat. So, one strike because it was a foul ball. Runner on first. 0-1 is the count on Tinney. That one's low and outside. Big lead over there for Giebel. You'll probably see Allram check down there. If you didn't know, our catcher Brody Allram is committed to playing both football and baseball next year at UW Stout. Oh, and Giebel takes off. They had a hit and run on, it looks like. And nice scoop and play. That was a great defensive play. Now up for the Chieftains, number 5, Talon Berg. Great play by Sladkey there. Knocked down that hard hit. Looked back, Giebel at second. Looked like they had a hit and run on there because Giebel was taking off and Tinney was swinging. And that's high and in. My background was a softball player in high school and college and then coached. And hit and runs are just not very common in softball. So I love when I talk baseball, I love the strategy with the hit and run and how much it's just more common. You definitely see it at high level softball, but you don't see it as much. That one's high and in again. So the count is 2-0 on Talon Berg here. Osceola's got Giebel out at second. And one out here in the top of the third. That one's low, but Giebel's going because it gets by Allram just slightly. So Giebel's at third. Berg is still up and one out here. Count is 3-0. Let's see if Berg gets the green light. It's actually a really nice night out for baseball. It's like perfect temp, cloudy. It's really nice. As long as that one's ball 4 on Berg. Next up, number 25, Jackson Tinney. Jackson Tinney is up here now. Runners on first and third. Let's see what play both teams have on. So for those of you that don't know baseball very well or maybe don't watch a lot, generally the offense is going to try to get something with the runners going, from first to second. And Brody Allram just gave the sign to the defense. He called a play for what, are we going to throw through? Are we going to try to get the runner? Are we going to try to get the runner at third? And and they fake the throw to 2, but give it to the pitcher. So runners are now at second and third, but that one, I'm not sure if that pitch was a ball or a strike. I honestly was watching the throw. All right, so the count is 2-0. That first one was a ball. So 2-0, one out, and runners on second and third here for Jackson Tinney. First is open, so, they might high. So 3-0. Again, first is open here, and, Tinney is their DH and their 4-hitter. So it's not a bad move to walk this, Tinney here. It creates that force out at home. So, now that it's 3-0, he fouls that one off. So Justin deals a strike. And he gets walks here. Next up, number 27, Waylon Cole. Waylon Cole is coming up here for the Chieftains with the bases loaded. Coach Dan Campbell calls time with the bases loaded. Talking to his infield. Everybody's in on the infield. Hitters are on, one out here, bases loaded. They do have the force at home now. So we'll see what looks like Justin Wynn is coming out, and looks like they're going to be bringing Brett Sladkey into pitch and Devin Richardson to third, is what it looks like. Yep, they're moving Sladkey over to pitch. Devin Richardson's in the third, and Justin Wynn is out now. Tough spot for Brett Sladkey to come in. We got one out, bases loaded. So they're making some defensive changes. So basically, what this means for the Saints defensively is the DH is in. Devin Richardson is in to play defense at third. Justin Wynn is out, and Brett Sladkey just moves over to pitch. So offensively, it doesn't change the lineup at all. It's just changing the defensive landscape. So here we go. Let's see how Sladkey can do on the hill. And he's going to face Waylon Cole here. Coming up, number 27, Waylon Cole. I'll just reintroduce him again. Now he actually is coming up to bat. We got one out. Bases are loaded. So, again, tough spot for Sladkey to come in, but, he's going to step up to the challenge. All right, so we got Cole here. The force out is at home, although just a bit low. So ball one. First and third are in, but the middle infielders are back, looking probably to turn the double here. Oh, that one's in the 5-6 hole, and a couple. Oh, nice throw right here to get him at third, looking to get him. And they get the out. So 2 outs. They get Jackson Tinney for out number 2, but that's a hit for Waylon Cole, and 2 runs coming to score. Next up, number 17, Oli Eck. So Oliak is coming up. It's now 3-1 here with the Chieftains leading, but there is 2 outs. Jackson Tinney got thrown out as he kind of overran second. He got stuck in between second and third there, and it was a really nice cutoff play by Brett Sladkey to get that second out on the trail runner. So right now, Osceola's got a runner on first with Oli Eck up to bat. Sladkey checks him. It's 1-0 is the count. Foul ball there. He kind of had a weird half swing, but that's fouled off. So the count is 1-1 on Eck. His last at bat, Eck hit a home run into left center field. Let's see what he does here. That one gets behind Allram, and Waylon Cole hops over to second. The count is now 2-1 on Eck. Two down here in the bottom of, or the top of the third, I should say. Big swing there, and strike 2. Definitely swinging for that fence again. You get that home run, and yeah, you're feeling pretty good. And strike 3, looking. Coming up in the bottom of the third here for the Saints, we got Alex Hoff, Brett Sladkey, and Brody Allram due up. All right, coming up for the Saints here to lead us off in the third inning is the two-hitter, number 3, Alex Hoff. Sorry, I'm having my snack. I'm just finishing up. Eck is still on the mound for the Chieftains. First one is swung at, and that is deep and gone. Home run for Alex Hoff. And just like that, it's 2-3 with the home run by Hoff. That's his second home run of the year. He's having a great start. Now up for the Saints, number 10, Brett Sladkey. Slacking on the songs. I like Chris Folks did so much up here. So I missed Brett Sladkey's song because it's just there's so much going on up here. But Sladkey's up, nobody on, nobody out. Count first one is a strike, 0-1. That one's outside, so 1-1 is the count. All right, 1-1 is the count on Sladkey. And he hits that one hard, but the shortstop scoops it up. Oh, off, but the first baseman gets the out on the tag. Now up for the Saints, number 8, Brody Allram. All right, so we got one out. First one is a ball on Allram. My son Hank is just trolling the on deck hitters over here. Allram's the count is 2-0 on Allram right now. A little bit of rain is falling again. That one catches the inside corner. So the count is 2-1. Nobody on, one out. Scores now again 2-3 after the Hoff home run. Outside, now 3-1 on Allram. And that's high, ball 4. Now for the Saints, number 2, Kyle Olson. Olson's up one out here. Allram has a courtesy runner. It looks like it's Brock Sladkey running for him. First one's in as a strike for Kyle Olson. So 1 out, runner on first. Allram is the catcher, so he gets a courtesy runner. And yep, that's Brock Sladkey out there running for him. Olson is up to bat with a 0-1 count here. He swings at that one, and that one is down in right center field. Sladkey's going to third. He's getting sent home. He's coming around, and the relay is not in time. Nice hit for Kyle Olson. Now up number 23, Drake Peterson. Big double for Olson, scores Brock Sladkey. So now the score is 3-3 here. I got to change the scoreboard. And Drake swings at the first pitch. That's popped up and caught. So, and Olson gets back. Now up for the Saints, number 5, Elliott Wilson. So we got 2 outs. Elliott Wilson's up. First one's a strike. And we do have a runner out at second. Kyle Olson is out at second. That one's fouled back, so it's 0-2. 0-2, 2 outs, runner at second for Wilson here. And that one swung at. Nice hit for Wilson. It's deep, but it is caught in center field for out number 3. All right. So now we are on to the top of the 4th. And Osceola has 7, 8, and 9 coming up. Aaron Risden, Grayson Danucci, and Kevin Slechta coming up here in the Now for the Chiefs, number 7, Aaron Risdam. Nobody on, nobody out here in the. Honey, you gotta go down backwards. Are you okay? We're okay. We had a minor slip on the steps, but we're all right over here. Risdam is still up. All right, swung at. It's a kind of in-betweener, but Ridgway gets the catch. Now up number 16, Grayson Danucci. All right, 1 out for the Saints. Nobody on here. Brett Sladkey is still pitching, and Danucci is up. We're tied 3-3 in the top of the 4th here. It's kind of slightly raining, but nothing major. Nice low pitch right at the knees for a strike from Sladkey. That was great. All right, counts 0 and 2 here on Danucci. One out, nobody on. We got a time by the officials. Just making sure, I think, on the right count, I'm guessing. Officials are conferencing out there just to check on something here. I'm assuming they're just double checking the count or maybe looking at something. All right, so 2 here. One out, nobody on for Danucci. In his last at bat, Danucci was walked in the first inning, in the second inning. Pretty clean game so far. Pretty good pitching. A few walks here and there, some hits scattered in, and but all right, count is 2 and 2. 2 and 2, one out, nobody on here for Sladkey. And that one's low. So full count here for Brett. And that one's swung at out in second. Good. And a nice out for Elliott Wilson. So 2 down. Number 2, Kevin Schlechter coming up to bat. So number 2, Schlechter is up to bat for the Chieftains, and then they'll turn it over to the top of the order. But there is 2 outs and nobody on here for the Chieftains. That one's high and in for ball 1. Oh. Looks like it's actually number 14 that's hitting. Yeah, number 14, Tristan Bell is out there. So he must be hitting either moved into Schlecter's spot or is hitting just a pinch hitter here. Count is 2 and 1 here. That one's low. 3 and 1 here. Three and 1 is the count on Bell. It's number 14, Bell. And foul ball. So full count here. Full count. Ooh, close one, but he's walked. Now for the Chieftains, number 24, Hunter Giebel. Lead ups coming back up for the Chieftains. So first one's in there for a strike, 0-1 on Giebel. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs, runner on first for the Chieftains here in the top of the 4th. That one's popped up, and Elliott Wilson makes the play. And that's a fly out to the 4th spot here. And now we are on to the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Saints, we've got Devin Richardson, Carson Marks, and then back to the top of the lineup, Carter Ridgway here. So coming back soon. Now up for the Saints, number 9, Devin Richardson. Richardson's up here for the Saints. We got 8-9-1 coming up here in the bottom of the 4th for the Saints. First one is fall back. 0-1 is the count on Richard. That one's low. Counts 1-1. Nobody on, nobody out here for the Saints here in the bottom of the 4th. High and in. Counts 2-1. That one's way high. 3-1 is the count for Richardson. Richardson struck out looking his first at bat in the 2nd inning, and now he's got this second at bat. He's 3-1 here. And that one's up the middle and through for a single for Devin. Now for the Saints, number 1, Carson Marks. Can mommy have one, Pete? All right, runner on 1. Nobody out here for Carson Marks. Carson Marks struck out in his first at bat. Let's see what he can do here. They all are seeing Eck for the 2nd time here. Throwdown gets by, and Richardson gets to 2nd. So runner in scoring position. Nobody on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th for Carson Marks. Third's up. Oh, looking to bunt and fouls it off on the bunt. Counts 0-1. Counts 0-1 here on Carson Marks. Devin Richardson is out at 2nd. Nobody out here. That one's hit on. Fly. And caught by the second baseman, number 1. Now up for the Saints, number 12, Carter Ridgway. Ridgway's up for the Saints. 1 out, and Richardson is still out at 2nd. Base hit will score him. They're checking Richardson at 2. Fouled that one off. Oh, 1 on Ridgway here. They're looking at Olsen down. Get dirty there, dude. Too close for comfort. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, runner in scoring position for Carter Ridgway, our leadoff batter. Again, heart of the lineup coming through here in the 4th, so let's get some runs. Get a few more runs. Take the lead. Big swing by Ridgway, so the count is 1-2 now. a nice hit, but it was caught a liner. Now up for the Saints, number 3, Alex Hoff. All right, 2 down for Alex Hoff. His last at bat, he had a home run over the center field fence. They are going to intentionally walk Hoffer. Now up for the Saints, number 10, Brett Sladke. So they intentionally walk Alex Hoff, and big swing by Sladke. So now runners on first and second with 2 outs. Yep, they intentionally walked Hoff. You don't see it a lot. I actually think that's a very underused hit in the 5-6 hole by Sladke, but I don't think it's not going to be enough to score him. But a nice hit in the 5-6 hole. Now up for the Saints, number 8, Brody Allram. All right, Allram's coming up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Needing a clutch hit for the Saints here to give us the go-ahead. Brody's been walked and hit by a pitch. If either of those happen again, that'll be an RBI because bases are loaded here. First one's a ball by Eck. Low and outside. So 2-0 on Allram. I don't know that Allram's had many pitches to hit, period, today. Again, got hit by pitch, got walked. And that one's high, so the count is 3-0. Let's see if Allram gets the green light or he's watching. I mean, if I'm coaching at third, I'm telling them to watch this one because bases are loaded. 3-0 here. Does watch it. Now you give him the green light. 3-1 here to Allram. Now full count. Big one here. Everyone's moving. It's a full count. Bases loaded. 2 outs. They're all going. So they are moving on the pitch. Everyone gets a head start here because it's 2-0. And that's a ball 4 for Allram, which will score. Now for the Saints, number 2, Kyle Olson. So we got a courtesy run here out there. Jacoby Milky is running for Brett Sladke, who's the new pitcher. So courtesy runner for the pitcher. Osceola's coach has taken a timeout here to talk to his infield and his pitcher. Again, Kyle Olson is up right now. He had a double his last at bat, and the bases are loaded. It is now 4-3 with the go-ahead run just coming in with that bases loaded walk. All right, Eck is staying in to pitch. Coach just wants to talk to his pitcher and his infield. Kyle Olson is up with the bases loaded here. Bases loaded. 2 outs for Kyle Olson. A hit's going to score a couple here. Holds on that one. Strike 1. Good comeback pitch for Eck. Quickly. 0-2. So 0-2 here for Kyle Olson. Ball, low and out. Good hold there. Now it's 1-2 for Olson. Swung, but go. You got to run on it, got to run on it, and they get him out at first. So 3 down here, but the board they do get the go-ahead run. All right, so after 4, it is 4-3 as we head into the top of the 5th inning here for the Saints and the Chieftains. Due up, let's see where we got. Due up for the Chieftains is 2, 3, and 4 in the order, which is J.J. Tinney, Tallenberg, and Jackson Tinney. So we'll see that here coming up. All right, up now for the Chieftains, number 1, J.J. Tinney. Brett Sladkey's back on the hill for the Saints. First pitch in the 5th inning is ball 1. Ooh, swing and a miss. So strike 1. So 1-1 here on J.J. Tinney. Tinney's had a sack, bunt, and a ground out so far in this game, and now it's 1-2 on Tinney. And that one's fouled off down the left field line. And gets him for strike 3. First out is a strikeout for Sladkey. Now up, number 5, Tallenberg. Tallenberg coming up for the Chieftains here. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th. First one's a strike on Tallenberg. That one's high and in, so counts 1-1. Another strike, 1-2 for Sladkey. Sladkey's pitching well, throwing lots of strikes. Up and in. Counts 2-2. Sladkey makes quick work. He doesn't take much time in between pitches. I think defenses really appreciate that. Low. Full count here for Sladkey. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th. And swung on out into right field. And the catch is made by Drake Peterson for out number 2. Now for the Chieftains, number 25, Jackson Tinney. 25, Jackson Tinney's up, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the 5th for Sladkey. So far, doing a good job. That one is fouled straight back, so strike 1. Our softball girls are up in Grantsburg playing the Pirates. I'm going to check on that score. And another one fouled back. It's 0-0 for softball in the top of the 2nd. So after 1, it's 0-0. The count here on Tinney is 0-2. That one's hit hard and deep, but caught in left field by Marks for out number 3. Quick inning for the Saints and Brett Sladkey. Very good. So we move on to the bottom of the 5th. Coming up for the Saints, we got Drake Peterson, Elliott Wilson, and Devin Richardson. Coming up. New pitcher out there for Osceola. Number 27, Waylon Cole, is now on the hill for the Chieftains here in the bottom of the 5th. All right, we're into the bottom of the 5th. Saints lead 4-3. We got Peterson, Wilson, and Richardson due up. Now for the Saints, number 23, Drake Peterson. Peterson's up. Nobody on, nobody out here. He's leading off the bottom of the 5th. They got the go-ahead run last inning. And so far this season, both teams have played 3 games. Osceola is 1-2. The Saints are 3-0, and they've won all 3 of their games by 10 plus runs. Obviously done very well offensively, and for the most part, really good pitching too. Today is definitely a closer game than they've had this year, which is good for them. Count is 2-1 on Drake Peterson right now. Now it's 3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike. So hopefully I'm sure the Saints want to build a little bit more of get another insurance run here. That one's in there for strike 2. So full count here on Drake Peterson. Ooh, in play up the middle. Stopped by the second baseman, knocked down, but that's a single for Drake Peterson. Now for the Saints, number 5, Elliott Wilson. So that's a single for Peterson up the middle. And now Wilson's up. First one's in there for a strike, so nobody out. Runner on first here for the Saints. Thank you, Graham. That one's low. 1-1 here. Wilson's up to bat with a 1-1 count. They check Peterson at 1. That's a hit into third or into right field. And Peterson's looking. Yep, Peterson and going to third. And he's up safely at third. So runners at now up for the Saints, number 9, Devin Richardson. All right, runners on first and third. Nice hit for Wilson with a single to right field. So runners on first and third. I can see Campbell over there putting a play on. He's putting a play on. Runners are checking. Peterson's at third with Wilson at first. And Richardson up to bat. The count is 2-0 on Richardson. I would expect at some point. Yeah, there goes Wilson. And they fake the throw. He's in, safe, up. So now we got runners at second and third with the 2-1 count here on Richardson. Richardson had a single his last at bat, and now he is count is 2-2 with runners at second and third. Base hit scores 2 here, or should score 2, depending on how deep it is or where it is. And that's out. And here comes Peterson. He's coming in, and he is safe and under the tag. Nice slide by Peterson. And that makes the score 5-3. Saints, again, a great slide there. Ball was there, but he slid under the tag. So it should be a full count now on Richardson, and we got Elliott Wilson still at third. So 5-3 here in the bottom of the fifth for the Saints. Richardson's up to bat, full count, runner on third. Sacrifice fly will also score him here if they get out in the. And that is strike 3 looking for Richardson for out number 1. Now up for the Saints, number 1, Carson Marks. Oh, okay. That I can turn down. I can turn my mic down. Somebody told me I'm too loud. I feel like I've been told that before. If you know me, you know. So, and that one's fouled back. So 0-2 on Marks. I've been told twice I'm too loud. I'm sorry. It's not my first time in my life, and it will not be the last time. That one's low and out. Excuse me, buddy. Low and out. And they hold him. Kind of was a weird kickoff. So it's 3-1. I thought it was 0-2, but it's 3-1 before. So that first one must not have been a strike that I thought. So 3-1 on Carson Marks. 1 out. Elliott Wilson is at third for the Saints. Run will score him. Or a base hit will score him here. That one's fouled off. So full count here. I've been told I'm not too loud on the stream, but I've been told I'm too loud on the mic here. And that's a strikeout looking for out number 2. And now up for the Saints, number 12, Carter Ridgway. All right, now we got Carter Ridgway up, 2 outs. Wilson is still at third here. Thanks for telling me. Nothing. The mic was still on. So again, if you don't know our setup here, who's ever live streaming, they're live streaming the game. giving live commentary, announcing the game on the mic here at the field, and playing the music. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pots on the stove here. And anyways, it's 2-1 here on Ridgeway. Nice swing on that one. Fouled it off, so it's 2-2. And two here on Ridgeway. 2 outs with Wilson at third. That one's low, so full count. 2 outs. Elliott's moving here at third. And Ridgeway is, he's got to protect here at the plate. Nice swing, fouled it off. Good battle here. That one's outside. And he gets walked. Good hold by Ridgeway. Now for the Saints, number 3, Alex Hoff. All right, number 3, Alex Hoff is up now. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. Hoff is up to bat. Hoff has walked, had a home run, and a flyout. So he's 1 for 2 with a walk here so far in this game. And now he's up here to help, again, give us some more insurance runs. First one's a strike. He looked like he wanted it, but didn't quite go for it. That's all right. Again, Ridge is at first. Ridgeway's at first. Wilson's at third, and the count's 0-2 or 0-1. He swings, big hit for Hoffer, and another home run for Alex Hoff. That is his second home run of the game, and it puts the score at 8-3 on the home run of Alex Hoff. Big one. Way to go, Hoffer. Now up for the Saints, number 10, Brett Sladke. Second home run of the game for Hoff. Third of the season. He is on fire this year. That is awesome. And that one went into the elementary baseball field. That was really deep into right field. And a big swing for Sladke. He is quickly 0-2. Yeah, Hoffer's having heck of a game and a really good. So he's that was a 3-run homer. He had a, hold on, this is in play, out to the shortstop for Sladke, and that is out number 3. So a ground out to the 6th spot for, it's 8-3 now. What a good start, or what a good inning for the Saints. All right, we are on to the 6th inning here. Great couple innings, some really good hitting by the Saints, and the defense has played really well as well. So now we are on to the 6th inning. Due up for the Chieftains is Waylon Cole, Oli Eck, and Aaron Risden. Depending on any depending on any changes. I don't really get the changes up here in the booth like they do down there, but Sladke's back on the hill here for the 6th inning. Now up for the Chieftains, number 27, Waitland Cole is up. That one's inside ball. High. So 2-0 here on Cole. That one's fouled off. Out of play. So 2-1 on Cole for Sladkey. We don't have any baseballs. We got to get some baseballs here, some game balls in. And the home run ball. Did he run out there? I tried to send my children to get the home run ball, but he did not find it. I think Hoff's dad has it out there somewhere. That one is popped up and should be in play for Devin Richardson, and he makes the play. Excellent for out number 1. Now up for the Chieftains, number 17, Oli Eck.
Do you know any other baseballs we could use?
There might be some in the cage right here. What are you using it for? You don't have gloves. Sorry, talking to my children. But that one's low. But the first one was a strike, so it's 1-1 here on the count on Eck. Besides multitasking, I also have to be a mom too. So that one is hit over to Elliott Wilson at second, and he makes the play for out number 2. Now for the Chieftains, number 22, Colton Everson. So Colton Everson is in as a new hitter. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. That one's low. So ball 1. That one's in there for a strike, so the count is 1-1 on Everson. Big swing, 1-2. 2 outs here, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. Or sorry, top of the 6th. And that one was just inside. Sladkey's thought he struck him out there. But the count is 2-2 here. That's low. Fouled that one off. We got a full count here. All right, full count here. Nobody on, 2 outs. And that's in play. And good effort by Wilson, but it just gets by him in the 3-4 hole. So a hit. Now for the Chieftains, number 15, Brody Mayer. All right, we got 2 outs, runner on first. Mayer is up now. Another like pitch hitter here in the 8 hole. And looks like they're putting somebody back in. Softball's up against Grantsburg, and they are leading 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. That's a and they got him at first on the pickoff. Good work for the Saints. Great play by Sladke over to first. We got Allram, Olson, and Peterson coming up here in the bottom of the sixth. Bottom of the sixth here. We got Brody Allram, Kyle Olson, and Drake Peterson coming up for the. Now up for the Saints, number 8, Brody Allram. All right, Allram's up. Looks like Waylon Cole is still. Yep, he's still on the hill for the Chieftains. And in there for a strike one. Allram has walked, and been hit by a pitch today. Counts 1-1 here on Allram to start the bottom of the sixth. Now 2-1 for Allram. Allram has not seen a whole lot to hit today. That one's another ball, so 3-1 on Allram. If the Saints happen to score 6 runs and get up by 10, the game would be over. If you're up by 10 or more after during in the fifth inning or later, that's the ball game. That one was fouled deep into down the left field line, so now it's a full count on Allram. Nice hit, and that is gone for Allram. Home run for Brody Allram. That was way out there in left field. Third home run of the game for the Saints. Now 9-2-3. Up now for the Saints, number 2, Kyle Olson. Olson is up. Home run for Allram. Just a hitting fest. Saints are hitting really well. And again, now it is 9-2-3. That one's hit him. So hit by pitch. Now up for the Saints, number 23, Drake Peterson. Drake is up, nobody out. Olson is on first, and that one has fouled off the first base side. So that's a strike. 0-1 on Drake. Big swing. That's out into, and the center fielder makes the catch. Now up for the Saints, number 22, Brock Sladke. We got a pinch hitter in here. Brock Sladke is hitting for Elliott Wilson. So Brock Sladke, number 22, is getting his a varsity at bat here. First one's in there for a strike. Olson still at first, one out here. So Brock Sladke's in there, and he gets the hit. A soft liner. Oh, gets by the center fielder, and so they take advantage. And Sladke's into two, Olson into third. Great base running for the Saints. It was awesome. Now up for the Saints. Wait, we got. Just kidding. So Osceola is making a pitching change here. And it looks like we're going to have, I think Devin's still going to hit here. So we got a pitching change out there on defense for the Chieftains. And looks like Coach Campbell's coming over here to also look at some hitting. Number 7, Aaron Risdam is coming in to pitch for the Chieftains. He's warming up. All right, we got Risdam on the hill for Osceola. Now up for the Saints, number 9, Devin Richardson. Devin Richardson is up. Risdam is now pitching. There's one out, 1-0 here, or 2-0, and we got runners at second and third here for Richardson. That one got past the catcher. Kyle Olson got about halfway. He's like, nope, not going. So the count is 3-0. 3-0 here on Richardson. And that one's hit, and it gets stopped by the shortstop, but can't make a play. Nice stop by the shortstop, but just couldn't make a play here. Now up for the Saints, number 21, Rowan Prokop. So Rowan Prokop is pinch hitting for Carson Marks, and runners are at first and third here. So Brock Sladkey's at third, Devin Richardson's at first, and nice stop of the catcher to keep it in front. So Rowan Prokop is now hitting, and it is 10. I got to change the scoreboard. 10-3 now. Saints lead. It's 1-0 here on Rowan Prokop. We got first and third, one out. We got 2-0 here, 2-0. So Brock Sladkey stays at third when that one gets passed. It's 3-0 here on Rowan Prokop. Richardson's at second. Brock Sladkey's at third. First is open. The count is 3-0 with one out here. 4. And that is ball 4 for Rowan Prokop. Now up for the Saints, number 12, Carter Ridgway. Ridgie's up. Bases are loaded. So it's 10-3 here. Ridgie's up. That's a strike right at the bottom of the strike zone. So bases are loaded. Big swing for Ridgie. It's 0-2 on Carter Ridgway. Bases are loaded. If you clear the bases here, game is over because they're up 13-3, but it's 0-2 here on Ridgway. And that is strike 3 looking. So now on to the that's out number 2. Now up for the Saints, number 32, Jacoby Milky. So we've got Jacoby Milky up for, he's pinch hitting for Alex Hoff. Hoff had a 2-home run day. He went 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. Great work for Hoff. That one's way inside. Bases are still loaded. Here. That one's outside, so it's 3-0 on Jacoby. A walk will be an RBI here, and we'll score one because bases are loaded. First strike on Jacoby here. So the count is now 3-1. Now he's ready to hit. Nice swing for Jacoby. Full count now. And ball 4. That's a walk. Now for the Saints, number 10, Brett Sladkey. All right, Sladkey's up. It is now 11 to 3 here. Bases are still loaded, and the count is 2-0 on Sladkey. Oh, that one's way inside on Sladkey. Almost hit him, so it's 3-0 with bases loaded here. And again, 2 more runs will do it for the game. So let's see what the Saints can do here in the bottom of the sixth. Now it's in there for a strike. 3-1 here on Sladkey. 2 outs, bases loaded. That one is popped up. And the catcher makes the play for out number 3 in the bottom of the sixth. So we're on to the top of the seventh. Defense is making some switch ups. Lucas Hale is behind the plate, I see. Who else we got? Brock Sladkey's out at second. We definitely have some defensive switch ups. It looks like Ridgway is coming into pitch. Ridgway's pitching. Richardson is at short. Sladkey's at third. Brock Sladkey's. We got Rowan Prokop in the outfield and left, Jacoby in center, and Drake Peterson in right. It's 11 to 3 here. And we're moving on to the top of the seventh. And again, Carter Ridgway is into pitch. Lucas Hale is behind. And number 15, Brody Mayer. And then we got 24. Gotta change the inning because we are moving into the seventh. Getting some other kids out there. Great opportunity. Love to see it. Get to see what they can do here. Now up number 16, Grayson DiNucci. All right, we got 8, 9, top of the order here in the top of the seventh here for the Saints. That one's low and ball one. And that one's hit and out. Now for the Chieftains, number 11, Jackson Schultz. So that DiNucci had a ground out to the first baseman. Kyle Olson made the play for out number 1. That's in there for strike 1 for Ridgway. He's shooting the zone well. That's what you want in a relief pitcher coming in. Shut the door. And that one is hit fouled back. So it's 0-2 quickly here on Schultz. And that one's right back and out. Two down now. Now up number 21, Brock Gillespie. All right, 2 outs here in the top of the seventh. Need one more out to finish this for the Saints. That strike, just pounding the zone, is Carter Ridgway. He's doing a great job coming in. Pitchers for the Saints have done really well. That one's up high, 1-1. And quickly, 1-2. Again, shooting the zone here is Carter Ridgway on the hill. The Saints have done a really nice job of kind of pitching by rotation. They've all kind of pitched a few innings. We got a pretty good staff. And strike three for Carter Ridgway, and that's the ball game. Saints win it. Saints win it 11-3. Congratulations to the Saints on their fourth win of the season. They are now 4-0. And again, really good start for both games. Lots of clean plays. Just some big hitting by the Saints to pull ahead 11-3. Nice to see some of the younger players get some time and at the end of the game. We wish Osceola the best of luck the rest of the year. And we will be back, or I will be back here Thursday. Boys baseball has another home game here on Thursday against Spooner. And softball's home on Friday. So if you're around and the weather's nice, come on out. If not, you can catch us on the We Are. Abby Bateman will be streaming softball on Friday, and Chris Folkstead's gone this week, so you're stuck with me. You're welcome. Stuck with me on Thursday for the baseball game. The boys did a fantastic job. Good work to start this season. 4-0 for the Saints. All right, thanks for watching. Support the local businesses that support We Are. We thank you for your sponsorship, and go Saints.